Good morning, students. Today we will start a new chapter, Atmosphere, Weather and Climate. But first of all, let us know about atmosphere. One of the major domains of our Earth, which is part of our physical environment, is the atmosphere. Atmosphere is the thin envelope of air that surrounds the Earth. It extends for about 700 kilometers into space. This layer of gases is held around our planet by the force of gravity of the Earth. Now let us see the importance of the atmosphere. Atmosphere is basic to the survival of life on Earth. This protective blanket shields us from the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. It protects us from the fierce heat of the sun by day and keeps the earth's surface warm at night by trapping the sun's heat. It thus prevents extreme of temperature. This makes conditions on earth conducive to life. It contains gases that sustain life and moisture that provides us water. The atmosphere also protects the earth from the impact of meteors rushing towards earth from space. They are burnt out mostly as they pass through the atmosphere. Now let us see the composition of atmosphere. Means which gas and what are the materials found in the earth in which amount. This is called composition. The earth's atmosphere is a colorless, odorless and tasteless mixture of gases. Odorless means without any smell. Nitrogen and oxygen form the bulk of the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide, hydrogen, helium, argon, and ozone are other gases found in lesser quantities. Apart from the gases, water vapor, dust, and smoke, pollen, and even salt particles are found in the lower limits of atmosphere. The composition varies according to the location of the place and time. Means location and time both affect the composition. You can see here the pie chart related to the composition of atmosphere. In this pie chart, you can see clearly nitrogen covers 78% of the total atmosphere, then oxygen 21%, then argon 0.93%, then carbon dioxide 0.03%, and other gases include 0.04%. So this is the composition of atmosphere. Now let us study one by one about all the gases. Nitrogen 78%. Nitrogen, the most abundant gas, helps in maintaining soil fertility and promotes the growth of plants and animals. We cannot, however, absorb it directly when we breathe and exhale it. Oxygen found 21% in atmosphere. The most important gas for survival of living being is oxygen. We need oxygen for respiration. Humans and animals take in oxygen from the air during breathing. Green plants produce oxygen during the process of photosynthesis. Now, the next important gas is carbon dioxide, and its amount is 0.03% in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is essential for survival of plants. Green plants produce their own food by the process of photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, they take in carbon dioxide that the humans and animals release during respiration. The production of oxygen and taking in of carbon dioxide by plants is matched by taking in of oxygen and release of carbon dioxide by humans and animals. This maintains a balance in the atmosphere. However, reckless cutting of trees as well as pollution of the air due to industrial smoke and emission from vehicles is adversely affecting the atmosphere by disturbing the balance. You must have read in the newspapers or heard from your elders about the phenomenon of global warming. Carbon dioxide is one of the greenhouse gases that trap the heat energy from the sun. When being radiated out of the earth, the greenhouse gases act like a heat blanket and therefore help in keeping the earth warm. But their abnormal increase due to human interference has led to increase in earth's temperature. This phenomenon is known as the global warming. The whole world is getting warmer because of global warming. Apart from drastically affected weather and climate, it is also resulting in melting of glaciers and ice caps. This in turn is leading to a rise of sea levels. Many coastal areas are being flooded and even getting submerged due to this. Drastic change of climate is leading to extinction of some plant and animal species in some areas. Ozone is the next important gas. Ozone, another important gas in the upper atmosphere, acts as a shield protecting Earth from the harmful ultraviolet rays. But the increase of CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, due to some man-made products like AC and refrigerator, had led to the creation of an ozone hole over Antarctica. The increase in cases of skin cancer, especially in Australia, is mainly due to the depletion of the ozone layer. Now, let us study about the structure of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is divided into five main layers extending from the Earth's surface to about 700 kilometers into space. This layer are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. First of all, troposphere. The troposphere extends to about 13 kilometer, 8 kilometer over poles and 18 kilometer over equator. Into space, average is 13 kilometer and contains 75% of the air and water of the atmosphere. This is the layer where all the weather phenomena take place. It is the lowest and most important atmospheric layer from the point of view of life on earth. This layer is very important for the life on the earth. You can see here different layers of the atmosphere in this diagram. The lowermost layer is troposphere, then stratosphere, then mesosphere, then ionosphere or thermosphere, and last one is exosphere. So we will study about all these spheres, 5 layers of the atmosphere and their characteristics. Within the troposphere, temperature decreases with height. The rate of decrease is 1 degree Celsius per 165 meters, and this rate of temperature change with altitude is called the lapse rate. Means as you go up, after every 165 meters, 1 degree Celsius temperature decreases, and this is called lapse rate of temperature. The air is densest near the surface and thin out with altitude. This is why mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders when climbing up high mountains to cope up with shortage of oxygen on heights. All weather phenomena like clouds, fog, mist, rain, storms, etc. take place within this layer. Yeah, means in troposphere all the weather phenomenon took place. Stratosphere is the next layer of the atmosphere. It lies roughly between 15 to 50 km above the Earth's surface. It is a calm layer, free from winds and weather phenomena. Planes usually fly in this layer because the air is very still and it is free of clouds. The lower stratosphere contains the ozone layer that protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. The white trail of clouds that you sometimes see on a clear sky is created by the jet planes flying at high altitude in the stratosphere. This is caused when moisture from the wind condenses and is not disturbed by any air movement. Now, mesosphere is the next layer of atmosphere. This layer lies from 50 to 80 km above the Earth's surface. Meteors from space mostly burn up in this layer, creating shooting stars. And the next layer is thermosphere. The thermosphere extends from 80 to 450 km into space. Temperature increases rapidly with increase in height in this layer. It contains the ionosphere, a layer of electrically charged particles called ions that helps in radio transmission. Radio waves for communication transmitted from the earth are reflected back to the earth from the ionosphere, thus helping in radio and telecommunication. So whatever program you see in the TV, this or listen on the radio, all these because of the ions found in ionosphere. Now exosphere. It is situated 450 kilometer to 900 kilometer above the Earth's surface. It is the uppermost layer of the atmosphere where very light gases, helium and hydrogen, are found. It thins out further and gradually merges into space. Means in the last it merges into space. So this is the uppermost layer of the atmosphere. That's all for today. In the next class we will continue weather and climate. Thank you. Have a good day.